You have performed endless sets of skull crushers and rope pushdowns, but your arm growth has plateaued and your bench press is completely stalled. Most lifters operate under a simplified assumption that the triceps are a single, uniform muscle with the lone job of straightening the arm at the elbow. This MRI cross-section from a 10-week study by Gentile and colleagues reveals that relying on a single exercise leaves significant portions of the triceps understimulated. Comparing multi-joint pressing against single-joint isolation showed a stark contrast, producing highly specific, non-uniform patterns of development across the muscle. The scans demonstrate that if you only focus on the movement of the elbow, you are essentially ignoring the complex internal landscape of the muscle. Look at the three distinct heads of the triceps brachii: the lateral head outside, the medial head near the elbow, and the long head down the back. Because of their structure, these heads respond differently to varied angles of resistance, driving regional hypertrophy. Maximizing total triceps mass requires a strategy that engages all three heads based on their specific recruitment patterns, rather than just adding weight to the same movements. The divergence in the data comes down to anatomy. While the lateral and medial heads only cross the elbow joint, the long head extends further, attaching across the shoulder. Because the lateral and medial heads operate strictly at the elbow, they act as the primary engines for heavy, multi-joint pressing. This graph shows the results for the lateral head. The data indicates that heavy pressing movements drive the highest percentage of growth in this specific region. This makes the close grip bench press a primary tool. This multi-joint movement allows for a high mechanical load to drive absolute strength and lateral width. Exercises like the JM press or a board press take this further. By limiting the range of motion, you can overload the specific joint angles where the medial head is most active. Multi-joint exercises are the gold standard for pressing power, but their biomechanics leave a measurable gap in the back of the arm. During a standard bench press, your shoulder position physically shortens the long head. This causes it to go slack, losing its leverage and ability to contribute meaningfully to the lift. Graph B illustrates this failure. The multi-joint group saw nearly flat results in the long head, while the single-joint isolation group saw a significant increase in growth. The overhead cable tricep extension addresses this by moving the arm into an overhead position. This fully stretches the long head across the shoulder joint, putting it in an optimal position to produce force. While not a primary strength builder, science suggests the rope pushdown is a highly effective secondary tool for isolating the lateral head to build aesthetic shape. Manipulating the shoulder angle through isolation is a primary driver for stimulating the triceps' largest head, which the standard bench press misses. The MRI data leads to a single conclusion. The combination group achieved the most robust overall growth. Uniform development across all three heads only occurred when pressing and isolation were used together. To apply this, you need 10 to 20 working sets per week. If you are already doing heavy chest or shoulder work, you can reduce this to 6 to 10 direct tricep sets. For best results, split that volume across 2 separate sessions per week. Within your workout, start with heavy compound movements to tax the nervous system, then move to single joint isolation to ensure regional hypertrophy. Stop looking for the one perfect exercise. Size and strength are the results of a system that respects the triceps for the complex, multi-joint muscle it actually is.